There are thousands of DOS games. Most of them are terrible. I play one selected at random with a 20-minute time limit and record it live. This is the result. Koei presents another Random DOS Game Show episode, but this time it's from its historical simulation series. March 23rd, 1775, the dawn of the American Revolution. In a small church in Richmond, Patrick Henry addresses the Virginia Convention. Of course. It is vain, sir, to extenuate the matter. Gentlemen may cry, peace, peace, but there is no peace. The war is actually begun. The next gale that sweeps from the north will bring to our ears the clash of resounding arms. Our brethren are already in the field. Why stand we here idle? What is it that gentlemen wish? What would they have? Is life so dear or peace so sweet as to be purchased at the price of chains and slavery? Forbid it, Almighty God. I know not what course others may take, but as for me, give me liberty or give me death. Oh, what a resounding speech. I can feel the patriotism flow through my veins. This is liberty or death. And it said it was strategic, and it's by Koei, so I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. Does that mean it's going to be like that romance of the... Is it 3 Kingdoms or 7 Kingdoms or something? I played it years ago at this point. I think that's it. I think I have to click a button. What would you like to do? Do I want to start a new game, load a save game, or return to DOS? Listen to that music. Do. Yeah, I'm feeling that. Start a new game. Player versus computer, yeah. Oh, we can be both sides of the conflict. We could be American, or we can be British. Let's go with the Americans. A lot of people will laugh at that. A British person selecting the Americans. Select American Commander-in-Chief. People from my country burned down the White House once. But anyway, let's see. We've got Charles Lee, Artemus Ward, or George Washington. Well, that's not much of a choice. Originally admired for his cunning and bravery during the French and Indian War, his political dealings have now broadened his experience and popularity. Okay, so he's a pretty good leader, but tactically he's not that sound. Artemus Ward is also a pretty good leader. As a leader of a revolutionary forces assembled outside of Boston, this canny and well-liked veteran is an obvious choice for the leadership of the new Continental Army. And then of course there's Charles Lee, a fierce-spirited Irish general whose military history includes both engagements in Europe and America. His zeal springs from a personal grudge against King George. So, he's not as good. So if you want to make it a bit harder for yourself, you could be Charles Lee. Let's just be George Washington. And judging from the mouse cursor, it looks like if you set aspect ratio to true in DOSBox, then it squishes it slightly. I think this is a quirk with Koei games. Let's just select easy, wait time fast, sound effects, music, yes. Ooh, pictures and battles. Yes, the setting is fine. Let's get to it. General Washington, your budget for the next 3 months is 1496. Use it wisely. Okay, so this is a bit like romance of who will you ask for support? Okay, so we can either have John Adams or William Vernon, the Marine Committee Chair or the Board of War Chair. Let's pick John Adams. Where do you need additional regiments? So this looks like a sort of risk map where you've got numbers, and I'm not sure if they're the numbers of states or whether that's the total number of forces. I think they're numbers of estates. Let's pick the Northern. I will send 1 New York regiment. I will send 2 Connecticut regiments. Okay, that'll do. Everything's satisfactory. How much will you pay the officers this season? Their normal salary is 1320. So let's just scroll up, and so you can overpay them or underpay them. Let's see. We can't quite get the exact number, but you can hit on the cursor, the little button there. Just we'll keep everything the same. I received 465 in funds from the government. I'll keep the troops supplied, but it's better to be safe than sorry, don't you think? I mean, yeah. How much extra can you give to supply the troops? Not much. Let's just give them 20. Alright, so that's the quartermaster now. So we're just portioning out bits and pieces for the war effort. We're in for hard times if we don't spend more on sea power. There's that Marine Committee guy that we didn't ask for help. Can you spare anything? Aye. Which fleet? The American First Fleet, power 0. Let's just bump that up with 75 or 80 of our coffers. How much will you give the regiments? Uh-oh. We've kind of run out of money here already. This is like Princess Maker 2 all over again. Are you satisfied with these allocations? We've saved a grand total of 24 from our spending. Aye. Okay. Britain has gained control of the seas around the New England colonies. That could be a problem. America has gained control of the seas around the middle colonies. Okay. Britain has gained control around the southern colonies. Your Excellency, what are your orders for the garrison of Newport? So we're actually in the game now, and you can see in this pane there's information regarding Newport, that their support is not high. They've got various bits and pieces, a sort of 4X-ish. Yes, I know that's not a word, but you get what I mean. Let's have a look at this menu at the top here. So we got File, General, Organize, Parade, Gazette, Commandeer. We have Diplomacy, which has Recruit, Bribe or Borrow, Info, Officer, District. So it's just, yes, general information that you can ask for rumors and stuff. Personnel, Authorized Bonus, Furlough, Regiments, Move Regiments, Draft, Reform, Drill and Battle. Whew, that is a lot to take in. But at the same time, the music's nice, the graphics are okay, nothing spectacular, and we can choose to rest. We can just go to sleep. Had enough of this already. Let's just go to sleep. Right, we need to give some orders to Newport here. So, he has no boats, despite being beside the sea. That's not good. Can we tell him to construct boats? This district doesn't have enough money. Oh, okay. So we can't construct boats at the minute. I suppose, historically speaking, we're just a new fledgling sort of rebellion from the British. So, what if we move? So there's 2 officers in New London. Are we moving 2 officers to New London? And that... which district will you move the troops into? Right. So, we're highlighted with 20. So if we tell them, personnel, regiments move. Which regiments will you move? Right, there's regiments of 500. Body is different. So we'll select sea green. How many rations will be taken? 245. How many kegs of powder? Oh, this is complex stuff. How much money will be taken? Not much. 55. Transport the regiment? Yeah, sure. Okay, off they go. They arrived safely. So we can move troops about. And you can see now that they're down to like 1 in terms of officers and regiments. So we can't seem to click on another garrison. So what happens if we hit rest? Are you finished with your orders for Newport? Aye, yeah. So when you hit rest, that allows you to skip to the next one. So we have a lot of regiments in there. So let's shift them to, let's see, there's 18, I think, the White Plains. Oh, Washington's in Newport, right. I can't afford to lose him, probably. Let's shift these regiments. Oh, there's another Washington. The Lesser Washington. Sorry in advance, history buffs who know who that Washington is. So there's a considerable amount of rations. It's a bit of a guessing game, I guess. He guesses. There's probably an optimum amount that I'm completely messing up here by just sort of taking roughly a third. Okay, off they go. Okay, they arrived safely. So we'll leave that. That's fine. No orders for them. Let's battle. Organize an expedition against which district? Boston. Who will take part? Everyone. You will need 750 rations. Well, we can do that, can't we? 758. Ho! And we'll give 841 kegs of powder and wee bit of money. Okay, so we're going into the battle. Request help from which friendly garrison? Springfield. Oh right, Springfield's nearby and there's a number of people we can send into battle. Alright. So we have a battle screen here. Distinctly underwhelming. Much like my commentary this morning. Your Excellency, dispose this unit. Okay. So, is this sort of like a kind of Total War kind of set up the map thing? Alright. In the highlighted area of the map, yes, I really faded out and faded back in for that. You select where to put your units. Like so. Okay. So, there's us. There's the enemy. And we now choose to command a regiment. Okay, so when there's an X, that means that the movement points have been used. You can only move a regiment so much. They can't move on top of each other. It's not civilization. Okay, so the British have now moved. And yes, all this fading out is necessary. I've been interrupted about 3 times. Thought I'd get the recording done early, but apparently no, it's bedlam here today. Okay, so let's see. We can't move that anywhere. So let's focus on this northern bit just to see the combat, right? So they can apparently move multiple spaces. I might be wrong about that. It looked like they could. Let's get this guy out of the hills. And I really have messed up there. I've placed them in a terrible position. I'm gonna have to march around. Oh dear. There's the whole boat thing that can fire from the shore. And that has reduced the number of men, which is not great. It's okay. You know, it's not blowing me away. It's competently done. Oof. So, combat is happening here. And it's not going well for us. That's unfortunate. I like the little sound effects, that's nice. Oh dear. The British are stomping us here. So I'm gonna swing around with this lot. That boat is absolutely wrecking us. I just want to get this over and done with. It's not bad. And I think attacking the enemy after you've moved is a bad idea. But this 440 up here, oh no, there's another ship coming. Yeah, they've got naval superiority here because, well, the British Navy, you know. I'll be able to whittle away this army, but I'm going to lose here quite significantly, yes. So I've lost in the north. There's another ship coming. Is it going to try and swing around and take out these boys? Probably. Hey. Thrilling action, this is not. I was expecting, I don't know what I was expecting, to be honest. Right, so they've been replaced with another full thing, but I think I'm just gonna skip on until this battle's over because there's no point in you sitting watching this. All the regiments on the attacking side have been defeated. So, we failed miserably, in other words. And a bunch of people were imprisoned because they were terrible. General Washington, Major D. Mason of the Garrison of White Plains tenders his resignation. Will you negotiate with him? Nah. We won't have him to kick around anymore. Sympathetic governments have sent aid from abroad. Yeah, after that battle, I can understand why they're sympathetic. Your Excellency, what are the orders for the garrison of Long Island? There's not going to be any orders, because I've had enough of this. But I tell you what, it's not a bad little strategy game. It's not horrific. The subject matter was interesting enough. The music's good. The graphics are only passable, unfortunately. And the battles were very disappointing. The strategic overlay looks like something that's quite intriguing that you could get to grips with fairly quickly, I'd say. But it just didn't grab me for whatever reason. Wargame enthusiasts and fans of the American Revolutionary War might enjoy this. I didn't, despite it having a lot of promising elements. And if you like me talking about random DOS games, I do it all the time. Feel free to take a look at the hundreds of other videos on my channel, and if you like what you see there, you can always subscribe. And if you could lead a battalion of American Revolutionary Forces to victory, then you're probably one of my tactically astute patrons, who would not bottleneck their own troops and then get destroyed from the sea. So yeah, it's not a terrible game, but I would not place it among the best strategy games of all time, that's for sure. Worth a little play if you're into the subject matter or if you're into war games. Until next time.